Hello survivors and welcome to this episode. Last episode we looked at building base compounds, and in this episode we're going to be looking to using the structures in DayZ to build a base or a stash to save us time. Here you can see the garage in DayZ. These are pretty handy to use as they do come with a bit of space in them, and they also have shut-in doors that you can use. There's two different types of bases you can build: hidden ones where you're building inside the garage, or you can build outside where it's a little bit more noticeable but it does give you more room to use. To make this base, we're going to need to build one fence. How to build a fence to make this base, we're going to need to build one fence. How to build a fence and turn it into a gate can be found in one of my other videos linked at the top. Here are all the materials I'm going to need for the fence: wooden logs, planks, a fence kit, nails, hatchet, metal wire and a pair of pliers. So to start off building our base, we're going to place our fence kit. One thing to remember is that the lock will always be on the right hand side and the hinge will always be on the left hand side. So we always want to make sure that the right hand side of our fence panel is accessible from the inside and the outside. So here I'm going to place a fence kit so the post on the right will be right at the corner of the entrance. Now the posts are in, we want to check to see how secure the base is going to be. As you can see, there's no way I'm going to walk through this gap, so we can move on with the next stage. The next stage is to get all of the materials to build the fence. Just remember, the most important thing to take with you is going to be your wire or your pliers. Otherwise, you'll trap yourself in and have to knock down the fence you've just built in order to get out. And now that the fence is complete, we can see here that by closing all the gates and the doors, the base doesn't look well obvious. You will still need a combination lock to secure the base, but it's very inconspicuous. Garage builds like these can be very good for small stash bases, so you can either store a tent inside quite easily that will hide quite well, and you can't tell it's there, or you can store vehicles inside them so you're secure and safe when you're not on the server. There are many different types of buildings that you can utilise for bases in DayZ. Here are some of my favourites: large metal barns, industrial warehouses, large and small farm barns. Here is a large farm barn, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how, by simply building a few fences, you can make this a secure base. Like with the garage build before, I'm going to make sure that my post is not out of the door, but inside the building, and I'm able to see the fence post on the right hand side from inside and outside of the building. Here you can see that I don't have any metal wire, but I do have some barbed wire. Putting some pliers in my hand, you can see a prompt to craft metal wire when I look at the barbed wire. And there we have it, some metal wire for our gate. At the top of this gate there's still a bit of gap, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to double my fence to make sure that no one will get over the fence. With this fence, I'm going to build it further across to hide some of the gaps that happen in the actual side of the building, as you can see here. I need to build two fences here just to completely block them off. this fence, I don't need to worry about where the right hand post is, as it won't be a gate, but I'm going to make a second fence just to make it so people can't get in over the top like the other gate. As you can see in this corner, there is also a bit of a gap, so I'm going to do like we've done for stacking our fences. I'm going to place a fence kit again at a similar height to the other fence and build a fence to hopefully cover that gap up. Like with the other side door, I'm going to block this door off as I don't intend to use it. A truck won't fit into the barn under a fence like this, so I'm going to turn the top fence into a gate. But then I'm going to close the top gate, take my pliers out again, and I'm going to dismantle the gate, and that way I don't have to keep putting a padlock on, as I might not be able to reach it due to how high it is. And there we have it, another inconspicuous base. Let me know any tips or hints that you have down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and happy surviving.